ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम। सुमुखश्च एकदन्तश्च कपिलो गजकर्णकः लम्बोदरश्च विकटो विघ्नराजो विनायकः धूमकेतुर्गणाध्यक्षः फालचन्द्रो गजाननः वक्रतुण्डः शूर्पकर्णो हेरम्बः स्कन्दपूर्वजः शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। यस्य द्विरदवक्त्राद्याः पारिषद्याः परस्सतम् विघ्नं निघ्नन्ति सततं विश्वक्सेनं तमाश्रये। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय कृष्णाय अक्लिष्टकारिणे नमो वेदान्तवेद्याय गुरवे बुद्धिसाक्षिणे कृष्णद्वैपायनं व्यासं सर्वभूतहिते रतं वेदाब्जभास्करं वन्दे समाधिनिलयं मुनिं जन्माद्यस्य यतः अन्वयात् यतरतश्च अर्थेषु अभिज्ञः स्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदायः आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृतां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो वृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि दर्भः प्रोचिधकैतवोऽत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां सताम् वेद्यं वास्तवम् अत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापत्रयोन्मूलनम् श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परैरीश्वरः सद्यो हृदि अवरुध्यतेः अत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषिभिः तत्क्षणात् निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं सुखमुखात् अमृतद्रवसंयुतम् पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिकाः भुवि भावुकाः यं प्रव्रजन्तम् अनुपेतम् अपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहकातर आजुहाव पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवोभिनेदुस्थं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि यः स्वानुभावम् अखिलश्रुतिसारम् एकम् अध्यात्मदीपम् अतितीक्ष्णतां तमोन्धम संसारिणां करुणयाः पुराणगुह्यं तं व्याससूनुम् उपयामि गुरुं मुनीनां नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्। Now with Bhagavan's grace, we will continue from where we left off. So just to refresh you, the Srimad Bhagavatam, to be able to talk about it, to describe the various Sanskrit padangal and all that, I'm absolutely not qualified. I want you to understand it very clearly. But it's Bhagavan that is guiding. And the books I'm following for your information: Srimad Bhagavatam, published by Bhagavan Nama Publications in West Mambalam, Chennai. And the meanings are given, it's in Tamil. Meanings are given by Somasundra Dikshidhar, Sri Srinivasa Sarma, Sri Balasubramani Shastrigal, Sri Dwarakanathan, Valagaiman, Sri Venkatrama Bhagavata, Sri Narsimhan from Bombay, Ramayana Publishing House in Bhagavan Nama Publications, as part of that, in Chennai. That's an important book that if you want, you can buy. If you know Tamil, you can definitely do that. Then also Srimad Bhagavata Saram, written in Tamil, It's an amazing book. Not Padarthangal, but it's a saram, it's an essence. And by Anna Subramaniam, a great human being, a great soul out of Ramakrishna Mission in Chennai, whom I had the opportunity to interact with in my young days. And then there is again Ramakrishna Mission book in English called Srimad Bhagavatam. It's a 4-volume book translated by Swami Tapasyananda. Okay. Then Prabhupada books that's available on online, and of course the whatever my limited understanding is from Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba's teachings and his writings, discourses, Vahini series, Bhagavata Vahini, etc. So based upon all that is what you are hearing. And the teacher within you, Bhagavan within you, will give you all the clarifications and all the appropriate meanings and the essence of the Bhagavatam. Because one can go very easily astray in the word interpretation has to be taken out really. And the Padarthangal, one has to relate to that from the essence of what Bhagavatam is, which is nothing but nectar of love, nectar of prema. Now, we came up to Slokam 23 last session, Adhyayam 4, in Skandam number 4. And the last Slokam, just to really repeat that, Gotram Twadiyam Bhagavan Vrishadvajaha Dakshayani iti aha yada sudhurmanaha Vipeta narmasmitam asuhu tadaham tada aham vyutrakshya yetat kunapam sat angajam. I am leaving this body, this despicable body gotten out of you, that came out of you, and immediately I'm going to leave that body, is what she says. Because she says that finally, when Bhagavan Sivaperuman, when he called me Dakshayani, which means the daughter of Daksha, when he addressed me like that, including your name, at that time, when I was very blissful, peaceful in his company, when he uttered that word, Dakshayani, I became very sad because it related to you. Therefore, I'm leaving this body that has been gotten out of you. I'm leaving this body immediately. Up to that point we came. We'll take up Slokam 24 now. Maitreya Uvacha. Now, why Maitreya is the one who's been talking to Vidura, if you really look at it, right? All the things being described by him that we are hearing. But why does the Maitreya Uvacha come in between? So that we understand. In between, different people speak, right? Right now we saw Satidevi speaking. So, as a narrator, it's beautiful. As Vyasa Bhagavan makes sure that you and I understand it is Maitreya who's going to speak now, not Satidevi, okay? Iti advare daksham anudhya satruhanne kshitau udīchīm nishasāda sāntavāk sprishtva jalam pīta dukūla samvrata nimīlya druk yogapatham samāvisat Maitreya uvacha yudhyadvare iti advare daksham anudhya satruhanne kshitau udīchīm nishasāda sāntavāk Sprishtva jalam pita dukula samvrata nimilya drip yogapatham sama visate. How did she leave the body? Beautifully described in the next 4 slokams. Okay. And I hope the padangal are clear to you. Satruhanna. Okay, Shatrugna. We say, right? We all know that, right? Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrugna. Shatrugna means one who eliminates enemies. Shatruhan, hun to kill, to eliminate. Oh, Vidura, Shatruhan, so name is addressing Vidura like that. Pita, Dukula Samvrata. Now, Pita means yellow in color. Dukula Samvrata. The one who is dressed in yellow cloth, yellow sari, if you want to call it in today's words, that's Sati Devi. Adhvare. Adhvare means Adhvarjuhu. You might have heard the word. That is the rishi who is conducting yagam. Okay, the chief Adhvarjuhu, okay, who's doing the ahuti and all that. So Adhvare means in the Yagasalai, which is where all this thing taking place, right? So in the Yagasalai, iti, thus, in this way, Daksham to Daksha, Anudhya, speaking, thus speaking to the Daksha in the Yagasalai, that Sati Devi who is dressed in yellow cloth. After speaking to him, what does she do? Santa Vak. Vak means speech. Santam Amedi Maunam. Santa Vak. She became silent. Oh, speech became silent. Mind also becomes now silent. Santa Vak. Okay? And then it is more than just keeping quiet. She became silent. Okay? Keeping quiet and silent are two different things. Please understand. She became silent. Udichi, facing the northern direction. Udichi means northern direction. Udichi, towards northern direction, facing it. Kshitau, Kshita, Kshiti Saha, we say it's Asanamam, at the end it comes, right? So Kshita means Bhumi. Kshitau, on the Bhumi, okay, facing the northern direction. Nishasada, she sat down. After speaking to Daksha in the Yagasalai, that lady, Sati Devi, wearing the yellow cloth, became silent. Then she sat down facing the northern direction. Then what did she do? Jalam sprishtva. She touched the water. Not wetting it, sparsam, that is what it is, just touching it, okay? Doing that, which why? To purify. Jalam has that power, okay? Druk nimilya, closing her eyes. Druk means eyes. Nimilya means to close, okay? That is where the nimisham comes from, okay? So that your blinking eyes and all that, that one blink is called a nimisham, okay? At the time, a measurement of time for your information. So, druk, nimilya. And nimisham is not the same as minute. Please don't get confused. In Sanskrit, in our Bharatiya culture, there is nothing called a minute, okay? And as we say in English. So, it's nimisham is there, which is the time taken for you to blink. So that the druk nimilya, closing her eyes, yoga padam samavisat, yoga padam, in the pathway of yoga, embracing Bhagavan. Yoga padam, that pathway, embracing Bhagavan, sama avisat, she got deeply dived into it, into embracing Bhagavan. Okay. Sitting down, after touching the water, it's a purification. Okay, we all do Achyutaya Namaha, Anantaya Namaha, Govindaya Namaha, we say for Sandhya Vandanam, for beginning any puja, right? In addition to pranayamam, which cleans the internal organs, internal bodies, mind and all that, right? So she did that, then closed her eyes and dived deep into dhyanam, embracing Bhagavan. Iti advare daksham anudhya satruhanna kshitau udichi vishasada santa vak sprishtva jalam pita dukula samvrata Nimilya Drik Yogapatam Samavishate. Number 25. Krutva Samanau Anilau Chitasana Sa Udanam Uttapya Cha Nabhi Chakrataha Sanaihi Hrudi Sthapya Dhiyoho Asi Sthitam Kanthate Bhruvoho Madhyam Anindita Anayate. How do you leave the body in a controlled manner? Beautifully described here. Beautifully, step by step. Okay. Krutva Samanau. That is when you leave the body under your control, like when you were one with Bhagavan, like Bhishma did, right? Like Sati Devi did. And definitely not for people like me, okay? Because I'm not there yet. But this is what yoga, the fulfillment, the embracing Bhagavan, the spiritual purity, you can do this. Bhakti, total exclusive bhakti, as we're going to see later. Krutva Samanau Anilau Jita Asana, very important. Sa Udanam Uttapya Cha Nabhi Chakrataha Sanaihi Hrudi Sthapya Dhiyoho Asi Sthitam Kanthat Bhruvoho Madhyam Anindita Anayate. Anayate, to bring. Okay? Anayate means to bring something. Okay? So what did she do? What did she bring? Anindita, blemishless, the no fault, faultless, blemishless. That Anindita, that's Sati Devi. Okay. Anindita Sa means that Sati Devi who is faultless. Anindita Sa. Jita asana means to sit. Jita means to get victory over sitting. What does victory over sitting mean? We all sit down, right? All of us do. No. But our body is always moving. Can I sit quietly, without moving any part of my body? Think, how long can I do that? Once I master that, the act of sitting, so I don't move my body, that is Jita Asana. Anilau, Pranan, Apanan, the two vayus. We all have 5 vayus, right? So the 5 aspects of it. Same vayu, 5 aspects. But here, Pranan, Apanan, the vayu that we breathe out, Apanan, the vayu that we breathe in. Only when I breathe out, I can take breath in. So the pranan is actually the breathing out. That is why during those mothers present here, when you deliver your baby, the instruction you receive is to breathe out, breathe out, breathe out. Never breathe in. Because when you breathe out, Bhagavan's grace, we automatically breathe in. So when I breathe in and focus on that, I cannot control the breathing out. Also, when I'm very stressed, some problems comes, what do? We breathe out. Then we take a breath in, and that gives us all the energy we need. So pranan is very important. So here, Anilav, the 2 aspects of the vayu, the breathing out, the breathing in, the pranan and apanan. What did she do? Samanau krutva. She did something with that. Samanau. She brought it in one place, without difference. The breathing out and breathing in seem like 2 different activities. But when they become samam, one, that is what she did. And that in the Nabhi Chakram, she brought it as one and then kept it there, still, stable, without any differentiation between pranan and apanan, first thing. Then, once he did that, from the name Nabhi Chakrataha, from the same Nabhi, there's a Nabhi Chakram, there are 6 chakras in the body. The Nabhi Chakrataha, from that Chakram, Udanam cha Uttapya. The Vayu, the aspect of Vayu that goes up on the final stage for all of us, that is called Udanan, that aspect. The Udanam, Uttapya, she raised it upwards. Okay, raised it upwards. Once she raised it up, what did she do with it? Sanaihi Hrudi Dhiya Sthapya. Sanaihi Hrudi Dhiya Sthapya. You can understand the words now. It's very simple, right? Very simple Sanskritam. Sanaihi means slowly. That is why Saniswaran, that is why Bhagavan, there's beautiful relationship between why Sharikarma is very important when we do for Venkateswara Abhishek, Puja and all that, right? But let me not go into that. The Sanaihi means moving very slowly, okay? Not in a rushed manner. Sanaihi, Hrudi, in the heart. Hrudi, in the heart. In the Idayam, Idayatil. Dhiya, directed by her Buddhi. It's all Buddhi is directed by Buddhi. Sthapya. She established, she brought, raised the Udanan, the life force, the Vayu aspect of the Vayu, from the Nabhi Chakram, after stopping the breathing out and breathing in. Okay, remember that. Then made it one. Then raised the aspect of Vayu upwards, slowly towards Hridayam, directed by the Buddhi, and established the Udanan in the Hridayam. Then, what did she do? Sthapya. Then, Dhiyaha Urasi Sthitam. Urasi Sthitam. Sthapya Urasi Sthitam. The Dhiya, Dhiyoho means, or Dhiya means by the Buddhi, Buddhi in all. Urasi Sthitam. Then, the Vayu that is established in the Hridayam, Sthitam, Urasi, that Udanan, Kantat, through the neck, another chakram there, Kantam, Nila Kantan, you know that, right? So that is in the neck portion, the Kantam, through that Kantat, through that neck, Bhuvoho Madhyam, to the center between the 2 eyebrows. Okay? When the Ajna Chakram is, she brought it. Anayate, she brought it there. This is what she brought. Anayate. Okay? Anindita sa Jikasana Anilau Samanau Krutva Nabhi Chakratah Udanam cha Uthapya Sanaihi Hrudi Dhiya Sthapya Urasisthitam Kantate Bhuvoho Madhyam Anayate. I think you can understand the Sanskrit now, right? Next slokam. Slokam number 26. Evam Sadeham Mahatam Mahiyasa Muruhu Samaropitam Angam Adarat Jihasati Daksharusha Manasvini Tadhara Gatreshu Anilagni Dharanam. Evam Sadeham Mahatam Mahiyasa Muhu Samaropitam Angam Adarat Jihasati Daksha Rusha Manasvini Dadhara Gatreshu Anilagni Dharanam. Now, with the Udanan established between the two eyebrows in the Ajna Chakram. She has to get it out of the body through the Sahasrara Chakram. That is what she is doing through her Yoga Agni, the power of yoga, which means oneness with Bhagavan. That's all it is. Because she's oneness, absolutely no other thought, no other mind is gone. Okay, so beautifully it is. What does she do? Manasvini. With tremendous discipline and determination and unshakably clear and still, no vacillation, nothing. That perseverance, okay, that Shraddha that she has, okay, Mana Urdi we say, that's Sati Devi, Manasvini, that's Sati Devi who is completely focused, unshakably, completely focused on this without any other thought, determination, right? Mahatam Mahiyasa Adharat. Mahatam Mahiyasa. Greater than the greatest. Devadi Devam we say, the best among the best. Okay, Mahatam Mahiyasa, that is her husband. Mahiyasa, by her husband, grammatically, Kanavaral, okay. Mahatam Mahiyasa, the greater than the greatest by the one by her husband. Adharat, very lovingly, in a very protecting manner. Like the way, see, this is not love. When I say love, it has nothing to do with physical appearances. Please understand that that's temporary. The one that makes you love something, the prema, the selfless entity, okay, and that protects, that cares for, and that actually does everything, right? That Mahata Mahisa Adharat, by her husband very lovingly, Muhu means repeatedly, many times, frequently, Angam Samaropitam, Angam on his thighs. Here it means, Angam means part, but here it denotes thighs. Because Samaropitam comes. Samaropitam means to keep her on his thighs. Bhagavan Sivaperuman has kept her in a very protective manner, beautifully on his thighs, so many times. Okay, that body, he has kept it on his thigh. And we have seen this in temples and all that. So beautiful it is, you know. The Uma Maheswaran, Sivan Parvati, we see this all the time. And even if you look at a chance and blessing to have a darshan of the Rama Vigraham that Bhagavan Saint Tyagaraja worshipped, and in Tanjavur, you will see it is there in the Rama Pattabhishekam. Sita is seated on Rama's left lap. So beautifully it is. Okay, so beautifully, and that is that's how Bhagavan protects. That's how a mother keeps her child on her lap. It is like that, so lovingly, and many times her husband Sivaperuman has done that, and he has done that to what? That Swadeham, her body. Swadeham. That is how it is. That body is. It is not an ordinary body. It has sat on Bhagavan's lap so many times, protected. Okay, so that's Swadeham, her body. Evam Daksha Rusha. In this way, having been angry with Daksha, Jihasati, that body, because of her anger towards Daksha, Jihasati, she wanted to leave this body, desirous of leaving this body. That has been blessed repeatedly, many times, being seated on Bhagavan's lap, so lovingly, that body, Jihasati, desirous of leaving that. What did she do now? Goptreshu, throughout the body, throughout the body, not in one part, throughout the body, Anila Agni Dharana, Ikchiya and Dadhara, the whole body she lit it up in the fire of Yogagni. Okay, Yogagni, Anila Agni Dharanam Dadhara. And the whole body was lit up in that fire. The fire of purity, the fire of total love to Bhagavan. Okay? That absolutely no impurities are there. Naturally, that is Agni. Agni has no impurities. And that is, yes, it is hot. Yes, it will pulverize everything that is temporary. Body is temporary. So she lit it up. Evam Swadeham Mahatam Mahiyasa Muruhu Samaropitam Angam Adarat Jihasati Dakshadusha Manasvini Dadhara Gatreshu Anilagni Dharana. Okay? Now, let us go to the next one now, number 27. Okay, now what happened? Tataha, number 27. Tataha svabhartuhu charanambuja savam jagat guroho chintayati nacha aparam dadarsa degaha hata kalmashaha sati sadhyaha prajajwala samadhi jagnina. Tataha svabhartuhu charanambuja savam jagadguroho chintayati nacha aparam dadarstha degaha hata kalmashaha sati sadhyaha prajajwala samadhi jagnina. Once she lit up the whole body with yoga agni, Anila Agni Dharanam, right? Tataha, after that, Sati, the Sati Devi, Jagat Guroho Svabhartruhu, Bharta. Bharta means, we say in English husband, we say Kanavan in Tamil, but Bharta means one who is carrying your burden. Please understand that. So that is why all of us are really an aspect of the Stri lingam in that sense, regardless of how the body is male or female, the gender, all of us are dependent on Bhagavan because he is carrying our burden actually. Okay, so Bhagavan is the true Bharta. So Sva Bhartruhu, her husband, who is Jagat Guroho, and he is the Guru for all the Jagat. Tat Sati Devi Jagat Guroho Sva Bhartruhu Charanam Puja Bhuja Savam Chintayati. She Chintayati with a mind focused, not just thinking, reveling in what? Charana Ambuja Asavam, in that Kamala Padangal, the lotus feet, and what comes there? Nectarine love. Pours out of it uncontrollably, unceasingly, all the time. Reveling in that lotus feet. Okay? And a lotus feet of who? Of her husband, who is the Jagat Guru. Then Chintayati, only reveling in that, thinking about it. Aparam na cha dadarsa. And aparam, anything else other than Bhagavan's lotus feet, na dadarsa, she did not look, she did not see, she did not experience anything else. That is what happened after that. Sadhyaha, immediately at that point, Samadhi ja agnina. Ja means to be born. What comes out of Samadhi, Agnina, that purity, the fire of purity, Samadhi Jagnina, Devaha Hata Kalmashaha, her body, Hata Kalmashaha. Hata means to destroy, to kill. Kalmashaha, impurities. We say in Tamil, Masatru, okay, all the impurities removed. And Prajajwala, it shone, it was shining in absolute purity. Okay? So, we saw how she sat down and then how she did the embracing Bhagavan, how she sat down embracing Bhagavan, how she controlled and directed the Vayu, and what she did from the Nabhi Chakram to Hridayam, through the neck to between the two eyebrows, Agnya Chakram. From there, she took it to the Sahasraram, right to the top. And doing all this, she was reveling on the nectarine love of Bhagavan's lotus feet. Bhagavan, who is Jagadguru, who happens to be her husband, but actually who carries all her burden, all the responsibilities carried by him. That samadhi, oneness with Bhagavan, this is the true yoga. That samadhi, that oneness, immediately that purity, the fire of purity comes out, and that purity, the whole body was shining. Let us see if we can take up. Okay, we'll take up one more. Slokam number 28. Tat pasyatam khe bhuvi cha adbhutam mahat ha ha iti vadaha submahana jayata hanta priya daivatam asya devi jaha vasun kena sati prakopita kena prakopita. Kena prakopita. One second here. Okay. Asun jahav. Okay. Jahav asun kena sati. Okay. Let me break padangal. Tat pasyatam ke bhuvi cha adbhutam mahat ha ha iti vadaha tu mahana jayata. We are in number 28. Okay, we are in 28. So, Sumahan ajayata. Hanta priya daivatam asya devi jahav asun kena sati prakopita. When this happened, anybody who's thinking or hearing, listening to it and watching this, why did this happen? What a misery, what a tragedy that such a noble soul had to give up her body like this. And to basically, we are saying in our current language, who killed her, so committed suicide, to put it in a very rude way, but it is more than that. It's actually she became one with Bhagavan. It's a different way of leaving the body. Okay, why did it happen? Something happened to such a good soul, and this is because of her father's behavior, right? So that is why this slokam and the next slokam describes it very beautifully. Going to 28. Tat pasyatam khe bhuvi cha adbhutam mahat ha ha iti vadaha sumahan ajayata hanta priya daivatam asya devi jahav asun kena sati prakopika. So, tat mahat adbhutam, an unbelievable, amazing thing she did, isn't it? Even listening to it, we feel wondrous, right? And so tat mahat adbhutam, not just a regular ascharyam or adbhutam or wonder, mahat, greatest wonders. That greatest wonder, ke, from the sky, in the sky, bhuvim cha, living on the earth, ke bhuvim cha pasyatam, people who were seeing this from the sky and on the ground, ha ha iti vadaha, they all said ha 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 ha, the amazing sound they all created. That sound, sumahan ajayata, that became such a loud chorus of watching this wonder of wonders. So Sumahan Ajayata, Sumahan means very loudly. Ajayata, it became. Asya Priya Daivatam Asya, this Bhagavan's, or in this case, Asya here, it denotes Daksha Prajapati. Asya Priya, this daughter is actually very dear to her father, Daksha Prajapati. So Asya Priya, Daivatam Sati Devi, this lady is not very divine, Sati Devi. Kena Prakopita, for what reason she became angry, and then Asun Jahau also gave up her body. Why did it happen? They were all saying, because this whole father, because of his cruel behavior, and even though his own dear daughter was doing this, okay, for due to his atrocities, okay, this is Hanta. What they say in Tamil, Kashtam, what misery it is, what difficulty, what kind of a thing this is happening here. That's what they were saying. Asya Priya Daivatam Sati Devi Kena Prakopita Asun Jahau Hanta, they were saying, okay? Tat Pasyatam Ke Bhuvi Cha Adbhutam Mahat Ha ha iti vadaha Sumahan Achayata Hanta Priya Daivatam Asya Devi Jahau Asun Kena Sati Prakopita. That's the first thing they were saying. Now they continue that they still the next thing also in 29. This thing continues, which because our time is up now, I'm going to stop here with Bhagavan's Anugraham. We will continue tomorrow with this Anugraham. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti 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 Harihi